1 year ago from today, I left my job in the US, came to Thailand to live the beautiful life here, experience the amazing culture and the beautiful beaches. But one thing that I don't really hear talk too much about is what it's like being black in Thailand. So that's what we're going to be talking about. What it's like being black in Thailand 2025. Let's go. Before we get into the video, as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And also, if you're trying to have money in your pocket when you move to Thailand, you're looking for some good remote skills, hit me up with my email down below. I offer coding mentorships where I can teach you many different coding languages. I have about 15 years of experience coding. I know languages such as C, C++, Python, Java, JavaScript, the list goes on. So many languages. And also I've worked in the field for a number of years and I can teach you how to get amazing coding skills to have money in your pocket when you move to Thailand. Now let's get into the video. So one of the main things about Thailand versus a lot of other countries is that Thailand is kind of situated closely to a number of different countries. So unlike countries like, for instance, like Japan, which are very isolated and have a large Asian population, Thailand is really not the case like that. There's many people nearby. So you got Russia nearby, you got Finland nearby, you got Malaysia, Indonesia, you got Turkey. So everybody's so close. So they get a large number of foreigners, but a large part of the population that comes over here is not black. And this is something you will definitely know when you come here. So for example, for me, I'm in Phuket, which is kind of situated on the south end of Thailand. It's actually a little kind of small island itself. It's connected close to Krabi. And one of the features of that, because I'm not in the mainland where majority of tourists go and stay long term, it's just I'm on more of a tourist island. That means that not many black people live on the island. And so thus, obviously you expect not many black people. Pretty much you'll see that most black people either live in Bangkok or Krabi. So they're both for different reasons. So why most of the, I would say, American / United Kingdom black population is in UK, it's obviously because it's cheap, such as everywhere in Thailand. But also, generally speaking, you're gonna find more metropolis style life. So if you're used to like big cities, London, places like that, that's gonna be where you're gonna find those sort of people that want that sort of lifestyle. And along with that as well, Bangkok is one of the most expensive cities. Most of even the Thai population was in Bangkok. The same thing can be said for the foreigner black population that comes. Most of them are gonna be in Bangkok, at least that are native English speaking. But as far as the African population, all of them are gonna be in Krabi. Pretty much everybody I met that's from Africa, whether it be like from Ghana, whether they be Ghanaian, Nigerian, are they from like Cape Town, wherever, all of them are there. And it's usually because they're on teaching visas. And then they'll generally go back to Nigeria, Ghana, or Cape Town, or if they're from Ethiopia or Eritrea, they'll go back there as well. So they only usually come for short periods of time. And so really most of them don't kind of come too much outside of Krabi. So if you're coming here expecting to be like a large black population, unfortunately it's definitely not going to be the case. Actually, it's quite the opposite. I pretty much never see black people. But that's not to say that Thai people don't like black people. They do. And I think one of the things that's really different about Thai people when it comes to the black population versus other countries, especially Asian-speaking countries that I've been to, is that Thai people are curious because they don't get many black people. And so there's not like a lot of stigmatism like other places. So for example, if you go to Japan, they get a large influence of obviously like American black people coming because, anime and whatever else. And so they're quite more used to black people. So they understand what we're about, at least a little bit more. But Thai people don't really ever see black people. Sawadee krab. Oh, I have no cash kapun krab. Yeah. Sorry, sometimes Thai people will because this happens a lot in Thailand. If you're a foreigner and you're sitting in a restaurant or something, people will come over and ask you for money. One of my favorite times I remember was at the night market maybe 2 weeks ago, and these girls were like, "Hey, we have some dog shelter, and can you give us some baht to support the dog shelter?" And I was with my friend. And she was like, "There's no dog shelter." And I was like, "I know." But that leads into one of my good points about being black in Thailand is Thai people are not used to having black people. And so they really don't know anything about us. And actually the Thai word for black, or specifically black person, African American, is necro. So because they're not used to dealing with this, it gives us a really good advantage in that we know a bit more about Thai people than Thai people know about us. And so it's very easy as a black person to know when Thai people are trying to scam me or get money out of me because I'm black, and that's a day-to-day occurrence in the States. But also because they're really curious, they actually really want to know a lot about you. And even people that are interested in black culture, like really actually appreciate it. For example, there is a studio that I go to heavily often in Phuket called Yellow Studio. And if you want to find me, you can find me at Yellow Studio. I'm pretty much there like every other couple of days. And pretty much everyone in the studio makes hip hop music. And they understand it, and they really make hip hop music. And they know about the current like hip hop climate in the States. For example, I remember I was working with this one rapper there, and I was like, bro, you look like Fazo. You know, and I'm thinking like, he don't even know who Fazo is, bro. And I was like, yeah, Fazo, Underground Fazo? I was like, yeah, bro, I love him. And I was like, what? So they're definitely like very tapped in, you know, if they're tapped in. But I would generally say majority of the general Thai population doesn't know too much. And so when you talk to them, they're gonna be very curious kind of about you and like what is it like where you're from? Why is your hair like that? Like, how do you manage it? Like, do you speak another language? Like, what is that language? And so it makes interacting as like a Black person in Thailand really easy. I actually feel like in Thailand, Thai people are the least racist as far as like the Asian population is concerned. There's definitely experience I've had with other Asian populations in Thailand that they were hella racist, such as Chinese individuals. And actually, I'll tell you guys one story. So for example, and I literally had one experience here where it was literally the most racist shit I've ever seen. So as you guys know, there's like a big stigma in America that like Chinese people always think Black people are stealing because they think we're poor. And this is because Chinese people like are pretty arrogant. Like everyone who's ever worked with them, especially in a money context, which I do sync licensing and I work with Chinese people all the time, they're super arrogant about money. They want you to know they got money. They want you to know they're rich. And I want you to know that you're not, you know what I mean? So much that like literally they'll pay you ahead of time just to show you they got the money to do it. You know what I mean? Which for me, I'm like, hey, it was good. And if you don't know what sync is, it's basically like you license music for commercials and shit. But anyways, went to this dude's studio in Rawai. And you know, I've been producing for a long time, but like probably 5 years. So, you know, like I've been to thousands of studios, bro. Like I've been to way more expensive studios than this dude could ever even imagine. So I went to his studio, we're working on some music. He asked me to mix some stuff down. And basically it was just kind of like a meet and greet. I had kind of met him through a Facebook group, through a friend of mine. He said, hit him up. So I hit him up. You know, we're kind of chilling, working on some stuff. I showed him kind of what I can do, my experience, you know, that I like know what I'm doing. And he said, yo, cool. You know, basically I'll hit you up if I have work. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I was like, all right, cool. And I bounced, peaced out. And then 2 days later, I literally got a message from this dude saying this. So homie literally thought I had stole some piece of equipment, which I'm assuming was like an audio interface from him. Bro, I have more than enough equipment. When I was in Los Angeles, I had like a $30,000 studio. So I don't really have any need for equipment like that. But this is common this is something I commonly see when dealing with Chinese people, especially as a Black person. They will always think you're stealing something. They always think you're broke and or something like that. Like, I don't know what it is, but they always like that. But Thai people aren't like that. And that's really one reason why I really appreciate Thai people. I'm not gonna say Thai people don't try to run game on you as a foreigner, but that's the key thing. They do it as a foreigner, not because you're specifically Black. Because there's definitely a lot of other ethnicities here that they run game on, that they're hella successful because they're just not used to dealing with like people trying to run game on them. And the Black population is very common. So like there's so many times you'll talk to girls or something and they'll be like, oh, send me money for this. And I'm like, cool, whatever, no. Or maybe, you know, you're trying to, you know, you're at a shop and you're trying to barter for something and the dude is like, hey, you know, if you pay me this amount, I'll give it to you. And the amount is like double what it costs in the US. And so you have to be like, bro, I already know this is like max 20 bucks. I'll give you 20 bucks, you know, in baht. They're baht equivalent of $20. So it definitely happens. But if you definitely stay on your P's and Q's and really make sure you're locked in and just like paying attention to what's going on, you can really fish out who really fucks with you because they fuck with you, not just because you're Black. Because there's definitely Thai people who just really like Black culture. And so just because you're Black, don't want to kind of message you just to have like a Black guy or a Black friend or whatever. Like there's tons of people in Thailand and I have tons of friends here. Like, it's like, it's cool that I'm Black, but it's really because they just like me as a person. You know what I mean? It's not so much specifically because I'm Black, it's just like an extra feature. You know what I mean? P, krap. Can I have, and then just none. And then, none.
Be very shit and falafel.
Crap. Crap. Like this message, tell it otherwise. Oh, but there is one more thing I do have to mention. If you are Black in Thailand, you will experience this, and that's dealing with police. And it's not specifically because you're black, it's because Thai people are not used to black people. And specifically, they can mistake you for being black people that have bad context. So by that I mean just basically fucking Nigerians. Nigerians come here and scam all the damn time. And so because they can't really differentiate you from if you're black from the United States or black from Ghana or black from Cape Coast or Ethiopia or Eritrea, you know, wherever you're from. Generally, they're just gonna assume based on what they've seen the most. It's just like normal human stuff. And so you could get kind of lumped into that group. That's why I would say definitely if you're out and about, if you're doing stuff, always keep your passport, your visa, and any sort of identification you have on you. You really want to prove really quickly, I'm not Nigerian. Like you want to show them that US stamp real quick, because if they shoot a Nigerian, it cannot end well. And I'm telling you, like I've seen many Nigerians either get deported, put in jail, and Thai jail is one of the worst jails in the world. It's definitely up there with like Dominican Republic, Haiti, like in that range. You don't want to end up in Thai jail as a foreigner, especially. So definitely make sure you quickly have your ID. You can show them, hey, no, I'm not Nigerian. I'm just here as a tourist, or I live here or whatever. And you won't have any problems. Personally, me, I've been stopped by the police plenty of times. Every time, before they even say anything, I whip out my passport, show them I have a DTV, and they're like, oh, he has a DTV. He's American. He has money. Like he's not from Nigeria. He's not on a tourist visa and overstaying his stay to then scam, which is pretty much what all Nigerians that tend to come here tend to do. But anyways, if you guys want videos like this,